What's up, guys? Anthony here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Want to just kind of recap the SPY here. Did a video. This is now, gosh, at least several weeks, probably a couple of months ago at this point. I think it was during October because we were eyeing up this area here to potentially be support. This was a key area, this highlighted box here that really price action needed to hold. If we didn't hold this area, particularly above 405, that we were kind of in trouble, that we'd probably fall back to about 380. Well, we did successfully hold 405. In fact, we held this area that we had blocked off, and you can dig back in my YouTube videos if you'd like to just kind of see, not only my comments, but the image that also looked the same at that point in time. And we've made quite a stunning reversal. And, we may be set up here at this point to potentially go higher. And I want to talk about that because there's no reason to discount an opportunity, in my humble opinion. Big push here to the downside. We kind of isolated this in a couple different channel structures. We pulled into the area that we suspected. We held above 405. In fact, we reversed kind of right in the heart of this price action, which we identified previously. And we've made quite a stunning, like I said, reversal here. 200-day is below the 50, below the 21. So we're all synced up here as far as that's concerned. This is a daily chart of the SPY. You can see we've, not only retraced through these prior highs here and now these prior highs here, we broke these channel structures that were resistance, and we've now kind of returned back to a super key point here. You can see we've consolidated. We've bounced up and down here for the past week and a half, 10, 12 days roughly. But I like this setup. Right here, 454 looks like a pretty firm floor if I had to, set a closing price stop loss, if I phrased it a way that you understand. Basically, if price action here would close below 454 by more than 1% on any given daily basis, I would likely void the opportunity here to see things go higher, at least in the near term. But again, I like this line in the sand. This is typically what I look for when I'm buying or selling any asset. I want to find the spot where buyers and sellers fight and ultimately who reigns control. Now, if I take this floor here and I just simply duplicated it and kind of put it right here at the top, you can see now I've identified a range, right? This is the range where buyers and sellers have transacted and ultimately one of the two parties took control. We had a little bit of a corrective measure, which is what I'm always looking for. And we've broken not only that corrective measure, but we've broken this consolidation period. Now, does that guarantee it's going to go higher? No. But if we maintain above this higher time frame channel structure and we maintain closing price above 454, there is a pretty decent chance that we could see some continued extension here to the upside. So, we have some old highs here to contend with, and I'd probably be targeting about 474, 475, somewhere in that range, 470. Start taking some profit pretty quickly before we reapproach basically the all-time high. And if we were to go, significantly higher than that, we still have this channel structure here that could be filled as a target. And currently on this breakout, the top of this structure runs at about 489. So I don't want to discount the fact that, not only can we test the prior high, but we could also push slightly higher into finding, future resistance in this channel structure. But I want to just take a minute and recap this, talk about how we identified this area months ago, and ultimately we held at this area, which was one of two things were going to happen. We were going to hold here and reverse, or we were going to break through here and we were going to tumble lower. But we did hold here pretty nicely. You could see now, after this recent price action here, this has become the point of control on the volume profile. And we've impulsed and corrected into this area, and we've made an astounding reversal. Just breaking through this prior high here, really kind of set the stage for things to go higher. Breaking above this channel line, you can see this nice big gap here, taking this channel line. But really what I look for, guys, is this very exact price action setup. And I do this whether I'm position trading, I do this if I'm short-term swing trading. I look for the same setup if I'm day trading. I don't care if it's a daily chart, a weekly chart, a 3-minute chart, a 1-minute chart, makes no difference to me. If I can identify an area where there is a line in the sand of either support or resistance, regardless if the market's going higher or lower, and then I can identify a breakout based on one of the two parties taking control. In this case, we're looking to buy, so the buyer's taking control. This is really a great setup. And if it transpires, we could start testing higher levels that we previously discussed. So I didn't want to leave this unsaid because, we did talk about this whole move to the downside. We did talk about how we were likely to find support in this area I have, highlighted. And again, you're welcome to dig back through my YouTube videos and find it for yourself. But, from where we are currently, if we don't, spontaneously fail here, which is of course always a risk, I think that there's a pretty good chance that we go higher. Looking at the S&P futures market, there's a big cup and handle on the monthly chart. There's quite a few things that lead me to believe that there's some continuation here to the upside, and this consolidation may have just been the base that we needed to identify a low risk entry. I mean, we're really at 460 here on the closing price, and we're looking to stay above closing price of 454. So, it's not a super tiny stop, but we're also not talking about, we're talking less than 10%, right? We're talking about 7%. Now, of course, could the closing price be drastically greater? Of course, it could be. But, from the low of this little formation to the close of this candle, we're looking at 6.96%. I'm sorry, 1.15%. So, I mean, it's actually really nothing. It's $6.96. So it's super tight. If things here do hold really well, then, could take a very, potentially very small risk for what could be a pretty decent reward, if we can continue onward and upward to the upside. So, again, I just wanted to shoot this video, kind of recap where we, ended up going to, which is what we predicted, and we didn't break through it, and we reversed off of it, which is also what we discussed. And now we're kind of at this point, and we're discussing what could be next. So, hope you found this informational, and of course, if I can do anything for you, AnthonySpecial.com. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to see if I can assist you along your trading journey. With that, I wish you a beautiful and blessed day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.